Yeah, the diabolical quality of the workplace demons that you encounter every day. Specifically, the narcissistic boss, the demon boss that many of you have been sent to the unemployment lines behind dealing with. Many of you are seeking new jobs as we speak because you encounter this particular boss every day, and they're narcissistic and they're dripping with sociopathic uh, uh, foolishness. They're reeking of it. They live for the game. And because they're bosses, they have all ability to torture you on a daily basis. I call them time clock torturers, right? We'll just use that phrasing to describe what I mean by the type of bosses who literally use the 8-hour span or whatever shift you work to effectively break you down because they live for that game. You know, they're a lot worse than your typical stupid flying monkey coworkers or narcissistic coworkers who backbite and try to put you in situations. They're a lot more dangerous because they have the ability to do write-ups, evaluations, and so forth, and they will try to paint a narrative of you not being proficient on your job when they're the bumbling people. See, they con their way into the power or authority they have over you. And so when you shine or you have some type of effulgent ways about you, they will literally target you, and you will stay a target until they either break you down where you're fully submitting and worshiping their feet in the ground they walk on, or they get you out of the job. Now, they would prefer to just get you out of the job because, you know, that's the sinisterness of doing all of those things and plotting and planning and then getting you fired is just so humorous to them, and they enjoy people's pain because they're narcissists. The job is just merely, you know, what they use as a vehicle to carry out whatever they're doing. They could be doing anything. They could be in your church. They could be anywhere in life where they'll encounter people that they perceive as weaker, and they will prey on these people. The demon bosses. Now, when I worked in an office environment, and thank God I'm out, but I had to get out because of these type of bosses, because literally in some cases I was a supervisor myself, and I would be chided about doing my job. Maybe I would approach some flying monkey coworker and try to get them to do their jobs or something, and I would be chided by a higher boss, right? Because it was a game. It wasn't about that person doing their job or anything. It was just about them using the leverage of their being the supreme boss to play a game. I talked about how these people would, you know, schedule people or have you come in on weekends. Some of you guys may be salaried or something. They will have you working on projects on your days off, or they'll have you, you know, they'll want you to come up and work for a couple of hours at work or something. And I told you about these special schedules that they like to plan out where they want you to drive. You know, you may live an hour away or maybe 40 minutes away from your job, and they'll want you to come in and only work for 2 hours just to satisfy them, right? Their requirements or something. And because they're your boss, they can hold this over your head, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? It makes you look insubordinate if you're not trying to, you know, meet their demands. And that's how they'll paint this narrative to higher ups, to HR, to people that have a documentation of your work examples. These are those people, folks. They're demons. Now, I had a boss, you know, and I don't know what's going on with this person now. You know, they did so much evil and dirt. I don't even know if they're still walking this earth, but they were just demon seeds. They were spawns of hell. They were hellions. These bosses they play for keeps. They're deadly. They're, you know, you can see the evil dripping from them, right? When they approach you. Everything that they say to you is part of a bigger game that they're playing. It's like pieces to a puzzle. They'll give you clues, right? They'll speak in terms of having you come to work or do something, and they'll mention one thing, but really it's more relatable to something else. But you'll find out later on, right? Once you get embroiled in some type of conflict, or you're behind the ball at work or something, and they plan these things out for you. They literally sat around and got a paycheck, just to sit at a desk and think about ways to play a game, because they don't do anything. They're lazy. They don't have good work ethics, right? So let's make that clear. They're not the type of workers that work so well that they work their way to the top. No, they lied, cheated, and stole their way to some power or authority over you. And you know this. Many of you know this. You look at these people every day and you are disgusted with how the hierarchy works. How are these people able to be your boss? A lot of these head bosses, they steal money from employees. They steal bonuses, and they do all types of things. I've talked about that, right? The reverse Robin Hood stuff. They're greedy and evil. They don't think about anyone. Anyone is expendable except for themselves, because they think they are great and they have this grandiose sense of who they are to the company, right? They eat each other's young, right? At any given time in a narcissistic environment, everyone is holding a dagger and everyone is willing to stab. It's like the fucking Ides of March, literally every day in February or June or something. Every day you'll feel like Julius Caesar or something. Every day there'll be some plot, some great plan hatched to undo you or something, unseat you. They're hungry for power, and they're never the people who deserve the power. They don't have the mental faculties to be a boss. They're very childish. They're childlike. They have very thin skins, right? But they'll tell you that you need to have a thicker skin, right? To put up with their bullshit. And they'll do all of these smoke and mirror type games where they'll get in your head and do all these con jobs and stuff, because that's what they do. They're just full of shit. But I saw a lot of people in these environments, people that were subordinate to me, and people that I had to answer to in these work environments. And all of them, in one case, one particular year, I realized that every single person on my job was a narcissist, right? Flying monkeys can be used to hold the daggers just as well as a narcissist, any well-kept narcissist. So all of them are dangerous, right? They only serve the bidding, and if they're serving the bidding for evil, then they are evil, folks. Make no mistake about that. A lot of you don't know what to look for, but you're looking. It's right in front of your faces. The evil, they'll set you up on a job. They'll put you in a project that you can't complete. They'll go to a higher boss and you'll catch them grinning and giggling. They have this little cackling laugh they do. And I noticed that the regular workers would do this too, this little evil laugh, just like the cartoon characters and, the villain and the cartoon characters. Where do you think they got that from, right? Art imitates life. So in these cases, you would see these people do this cackling laugh. They're just walking around laughing all the time. And it's like an evil laugh. They're thinking about your demise or something they're going to do to you. And it's so funny. And you just wonder how many people literally are how can you be, you're a poor mental health when you're walking around literally holding the thoughts of evil and trying to hurt people. And every single fucking productive thought you have is for the purpose of undoing someone else. You are a fucking piece of shit. You are a hellion, a spawn of fucking hell. All of these demons, these workplace demons that you guys have dealt with so many times. And they take you to the brink. And sometimes you just wanna walk out. And you got bills to pay, right? It's important that you keep a clear head in these situations, and you have to think of your exit plans. And that's the only thing that's going to save you in these scenarios. But these bosses live for the day when you're fired. They live for the day when you have a heart attack or something. And they'll come to your funeral and they'll put on a somber face, and inside they're just laughing in stitches, right? They're evil. Demons do not know how to love or do anything other than destroy, right? And these people have a spirit of lowness in them that allows them and to just be used every day of their lives. You would say, damn, do they ever get tired? But demons don't get tired, folks. Okay? You just need to understand that there's a war going on. Either you're going to be on one side or the other. And I always talk about this stuff. Right? It's important for you to understand that if you're on the opposite side of good, then you're perpetuating the bullshit in the world at large. So when it comes crashing down on your head, no one wants to show you sympathy. No one needs to show you any, because you are a demon spawn. Right? You are the spawn of demons. Everything that you do is for the purpose of some bad behavior, right? Or displaying it. And that is the problem in the world. Too many people are humdrum about these things. They don't think enough about it. But these narcissistic, demon bosses, they'll have you risking your life if you work in one of these occupational jobs where you're construction or something where, you take great risk every day or something. They will put you in a dangerous situation every day and then look you in your face on an evaluation and say, oh, you didn't go above and beyond. You didn't do much this year. We're just going to give you that standard 1%. You know, that 1% that really was 4 or 5% that was stolen by the higher bosses at the company who stole the bonus from you. See, all of these narcissists do what they do, right? They wear you down for 8 hours, don't even pay you properly, steal your money, and then have the nerve to say that you're not peachy. And that's part of a game too that they play, right? You're not cheerful. You don't smile enough. When every single day they're doing things to take that smile off of your face. They live for it. They go to sleep and they toss and turn at night, grinning mischievously, right? Hoping to come to work and hoping that they see your downfall that day. In many ways, they're very petty and childish. They stalk their employees. I've had coworkers, I told you when we supervise and stuff, I've had coworkers, they used to stand around and watch certain employees. Maybe it was a woman that they liked and that woman knew that they were a scumbag piece of shit and didn't give them the time of day and didn't want to talk to them because they were evil. And they would just watch this woman and they would just try to figure out angles to get to her because they really just wanted to break her down. Maybe they wanted to use their power to sleep with her or something and then discard her. All of these are narcissistic games. Right? They'll love bomb you. They'll treat you like you're worth something. And then one day they'll just turn around and all of a sudden you become the biggest piece of crap they've ever seen. But they are the crap, folks. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise because you don't know what you're looking at. You're just not helping yourself by not being smart. Pay attention, folks. These bosses are diabolical. You'll catch them. You just walk by the conference room one day. You'll catch them in there whispering about something you haven't gotten done or some project that they don't think you're capable of accomplishing. But they themselves are not capable of doing the same thing. You probably have more insight and a better work example that they would be able to follow that could help them do some things better. And they know this. That's why you're a target. Doesn't really matter. Once you find out that you are a target, the only thing you need to do is get out of these environments. But you will notice that every single person, in some cases, will be dripping with this evil. You'll see it in their faces. They'll try to pretend like they're happy or smiling, and you will literally see Satan in their faces. If there was such a figure of evil, you would see that figure in their face. You would just see the evil spawn that they are. Anyone who's living for your demise, anyone who consistently plans things to derail you, right? Nothing is ever positive. If it's something positive, they're going to be saying about themselves. They're just narcissists and they have psychological problems. And you can clearly see it in every example that they display to you Whether it's a conversation, it always has to be about them. Whether it's something about managing, or they can't manage funds because they'll steal the funds. They always have the lowest characteristics. When you put them in a professional work environment, they will display the lowest characteristics. Now, the interesting thing is that they always manage to be the bosses. So that means that the people, the higher ups that want these people, are themselves narcissists, sociopaths, sleazeballs, demon bosses, low grade things, people. Sometimes I don't even want to classify these people as people because they're just so fucking low grade. And you'll end up feeling like you have hate in your heart, but you have to take that hate and constructively push yourselves to something better. And I had to do that. Start your own business or something, work a job, keep your head down somewhere else. But you're probably going to face, and that's the tragedy, is that you'll probably go to another work environment and they'll have a whole new round of narcissists that you'll have to encounter and engage. Because the fight will never stop. The fight will always be had. And so if you're an empath, you will always deal with the sociopath. Always. Especially in a work environment, because there's a hierarchy. And if there's a hierarchy, there's always going to be someone who thinks they're the king and that they should have everything and take your money, and they're exalted and they don't have to do anything and just everything that they do. But if you just sit back, I want you guys, as an example, I just want you to sit back in your own lives at work or something, the next time you go to work tomorrow or wherever you at. And I want you to just look around and count how many actual narcissistic people or possible narcissists that you see around you at any given time. Right? And if they're flying monkeys, you can still count them too, because like I said, they can be interchangeable in some cases. When they're weasel-faced dogs, they have the ability to shapeshift into either be flying monkeys, or they could be narcissists themselves, depending on the rank, like I said, of who they're dealing with. If they're dealing with a higher narcissist, they will be the flying monkeys. If they're dealing with lower people or subordinates, they will become the narcissists. You see what I'm saying? So the weasel-faced dogs, the narcissists, all of these people in these work environments that make your day suck, and you just want to get the hell out of there because you're tired of you don't even have fucking energy anymore to fight these things. And when you get to that point, when you're too weak to fight, that's when you need to take flight. I love bad behavior, people. I don't love scoundrels. Don't love snakes, weasel-faced dogs, low-grade fuckers. The people that should be, who should stay at the bottom of the barrel. And we need to roll that barrel in some quicksand or something. Let it sink. That's what I hate to see. Like and share the videos. Check out my website if you have time to. Think Behavior, www.thinkbehavior.info. And check out my book, right? Because there's a lot of helpful things in there that I think you'll see. I've really taken a lot of time to research over the years these particular narcissists and who they are, and in your lives, and how they can greatly affect you if you're not cautious. That's why I have this fight, and that's why it's important to me. It took a lot of years for me to come to this place, and it took a lot out of me, a lot of the wind out of my sails. But now that I'm smooth sailing, I want you guys to be in the same spot. I don't want you suffering anymore. I don't want you like that viewer who's losing sleep. I don't want you like that guy who's looking for another job because people are crapping on the floor at his workplace or something. I don't want you like these people. So y'all take heed to what I'm saying. We'll talk again. See ya.